Pete Davidson, you poor thing you just can't seem to catch a break. But honestly, you bring all the negative headlines and broken relationships upon yourself. Let me outline some of your most cringeworthy moments to maybe give you some insight on why you're getting so much flack in the headlines. Hey Hollyscoopers, it's your girl Madison Conklin, and I want to start off by saying this isn't a 5-minute bashing of Pete Davidson, but let's call it a roast, if you will, which he's participated in, and honestly, he's the biggest roaster of himself, so I think he'd appreciate this. At least that's what I'm gonna tell myself. Let's start with the fact that he uses the phrases sick, dope, and it's lit way too much.
All right, now lit, Jimmy.
Lit? I'll tell you what's lit. Like, come on, dude. Why can't you just switch up your vernacular with other 90s slang phrases like tight or bitchin' or all that in a bag of chips? The possibilities are endless, Pete. His second cringe-worthiest moment is when he compared his engagement with Ariana to a dying boy who got his dream of being Batman for a day fulfilled. Just, tasteless, Pete.
Do you remember when that whole city pretended that kid was Batman because he was like sick? That's what this feels like.
Like, I get that you're a subpar comedian trying to make people laugh, but like a sick person, nonetheless a sick child, now is the appropriate time to use the term sick. That's sick, Pete, and not in the cool or good way. Moment 3 brought to you by Pete Davidson's raging hormones. Pete made it very clear that he had the hottest piece of and was banging Ariana quite frequently. But prior to his engagement with Ari, he did this with his future, now ex-wife. Pete told Howard Stern that, quote, "I was jerking off to her before I met her."
That was awkward. You think?
Oh, and in that same exact interview, he called her this.
What the f is this thing?
Right.
Like I'm a robot.
I'm sorry, but what? Did he just say, what the f is this thing? A robot? About Ariana? Okay, first off, Pete, calling her a quote-unquote this? What in the actual He couldn't say like, what is she, an angel? Or, oh, what is she, a Monet painting? He went for, what is this? A robot. Honestly, if I were Ariana and listened to half the crap he said about me, I'd dump him too. Like, there are definitely better ways to say nice things about someone you love or how you were feeling about someone you loved. Okay, our fourth cringeworthy moment comes in the form of his shade at Ariana on SNL. Yes, he is still licking his wounds from losing his robot and totally shooting himself in the dick. Yeah, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. So, in response to the whole breakup, he tried to make a funny joke that did not go over well at all.
You want to get married?
No.
0 for 3.
Yeah, we get it, Pete. You jump into engagements quick, you get rejected, and then you have to address the whole split somehow, but like, you and Ariana made a pact not to talk about the breakup on any platform. But you know, it's okay. We got an epic clapback from Ari, per usual, on Twitter saying, quote, "For someone who claims to hate relevancy, you sure love clinging to it, huh? Thank you, next." And then we got her song, Listen.
Look at what you taught me, yeah, for that I say thank you.
Yes, Ari! And our fifth and final cringe-worthy moment is brought to you by yet another dumb, tasteless SNL joke by Pete Michael Davidson. During a taping of the Weekend Update, Pete was making jokes about politicians running in the midterm election, and when it came to Dan Crenshaw, the war veteran who wears an eye patch due to his service in the US military, Pete made a joke about the eye patch saying, quote, "You may be surprised to hear he's a congressional candidate from Texas and not a hitman in a porno movie. I'm sorry, I know he lost his eye in war or whatever. I know he lost his eye in war or whatever? Whatever? Wait, did he really just say whatever? I cannot with this guy. He's an absolute insensitive moron. And for someone whose father died while serving this country during 9/11, you'd think he'd have more respect for those in the service. Obviously, he didn't go unscathed from this bit, and he has yet again dug himself further and further into the trenches. Pete, I know you're only 24 years old, but by that age, you should know appropriate from inappropriate and right from wrong. And if you don't, then I'm not sure who or what can help you. All I can say is
Godspeed.
So, you guys, I wasn't that harsh on him, just pointing out those very public and very obvious cringeworthy moments. But that's all I got, Scoopers. Make sure to subscribe to Hollyscoop and comment below for more entertainment news.